Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to flip through my first ever bullet journal. This journal I used from May 2018 through December of 2018. I don't know why it says April there, but I'm just going to show you my first ever bullet journal and how I experimented with it. So let's get started. So this first page I just have the key of the bullets and my index, which I didn't use too much of, as you can see, and just a blank page before I started with my year at a glance. And I also did 18 for 2018, which I got the idea from Gretchen Rubin on the Happier podcast. Here I had my future log. I don't know why I used January through April because I started my bullet journal on May 22nd of this year. Here I was really upset that I messed up the lines here, but I put embrace the imperfections because I was new. Here I just have passwords and savings page. Don't worry, those are all codes for my passwords, so you can't get into any of my accounts. Here is a bookshelf of books that I read and movies and TV shows that I wanted to watch. I just kept track of work hours and then my mood for a year in pixels. I taught flute lessons that summer, and so I kept track of those, and now we're into May. Again, I started on that May 22nd, so I only used the second half of the month. I was mad that I had taped some receipts in onto that page, so I tried to practice my calligraphy. Here's my first weekly, some planning pages, another weekly. I was just experimenting with different setups that I had seen. And here's my first month, June of 2018. I did a horizontal habit tracker, and I really liked the patterns and the colors being used there. I experimented with the Miracle Morning and a weight tracker, and then here's some dailies, and I took this daily setup from Boho Berry. I don't know what I was doing there. Here's a weekly. Again, I was just experimenting with different setups to see what I would like because I was new to bullet journaling. I did like having daily lists though. Here's another week with dailies. As you can see, I liked having the weekly spread with some general information for the week, but then daily to-do lists. This week I went to the ELCA Youth Gathering, which was in Houston that year, and I took a group of kids for my work, and so I didn't fill out my bullet journal at all. Here we're in July, which I took lots of vacation that month. Another horizontal habit tracker with those patterns in there. And some more daily to-do lists. A weekly, and more dailies. You can see the pattern here. And this week we went to Oregon for my brother and sister-in-law's wedding. They got married on July 21st. Here's a weekly where I experimented logging my food. Again, I was just trying things out in this very first bullet journal. And here is the first time I ever doodled anything. So I experimented with the flowers and I loved this color scheme. Another horizontal habit tracker. And I had like a line a day memories page. I really liked this setup of a weekly with dailies, and I think it's so funny. I'm like a third through my journal here, and I already was doing new bullet journal ideas. I was so ready to start a new journal for some reason. I really liked this idea of a calendex and a future log, I think from Boho Berry, but I could never quite figure out how to use it in my own journal, so I barely used it, but I did set it up because I thought it looked cool. Some more dailies. This weekly idea I got from Amanda H. Lee. She's one of the biggest bullet journalers on YouTube. Kept track of some things we did at the state fair and a cleaning tracker. I loved this drawing of a flower on this weekly. And daily to-dos again. Experimented with just a one-page weekly here. And we said goodbye to August. And here in September is when I did my first kind of themed month, and I used inspiration from Amanda H. Lee for this outer space theme. And I thought it turned out really cool. I experimented with this vertical event tracker, again my horizontal habit tracker, and a gratitude page where I could kind of draw and practice lettering. Just did a 30-day fix workout thing. Here is my first Dutch door, which I use a lot more in October, which you'll see, but here's a one-page weekly with some dailies. I really liked this triangle weekly. And here I use it again, but smaller triangles. And then we're into October. I was really proud of that pumpkin drawing for some reason. And I forgot to put my habit tracker in right away. I was so excited to get the week started that I forgot about it. So here's the first weekly and dailies. And then the next page will be my habit tracker and gratitude page. And I experimented with a vertical one instead of horizontal, so I didn't have to keep turning my journal whenever I tracked. And here is the month of Dutch doors. I think every single week I used a Dutch door. And I really liked this because you could see both sides of the page and then have your daily lists within the week, which was really cool, I think. And here I am into November. I loved this color scheme that I picked here. I had found this washi tape and I found the colors to match, some Tombows to go with it. And so I drew a tree and found that washi tape for the day headers, and I just thought it was so pretty. I also experimented with monthly trackers instead of what I've been doing in the past, and more gratitude pages. And here's a weekly with more dailies. And the same kind of setup for this week. It's funny to see the way my calligraphy has changed. Also used some currently reading stuff here in my weekly. But yeah, my calligraphy has gotten much better since the beginning of this journal, if you've been paying attention to that. I drew a little turkey for Thanksgiving. And next we're into, oh, not quite yet, but soon we're into December, which I went all out with the red and green for Christmas. And practice with some doodles here too. I liked those monthly trackers, so I tried them again this month. And then here's some Christmas spreads. I had some gift ideas on the left for people I wanted to give gifts to. And then on the right I had a wish list of things that I would like. And then here's where I kept track of all of the gifts that I bought for certain people in my family. And this weekly I did all throughout December, I think. I liked having the spaces, bigger spaces for every day, but still had these daily to-do lists, which it looked like I had a lot to do in December. on December 10th, I really wanted it to snow because we hadn't had any snow yet that year. But didn't happen for a while, I don't think. It's my husband's birthday that week. I also went to a conference in Chicago. Here's my husband's birthday. And this is the last week of the year. For these dailies, I did more journaling. I got Crayola Super Tips for Christmas. And I was so mad that that green came dry. And I got some Tombow Fudenosuke colored brush pens. But yeah, I just wanted to journal to remember the holidays with my family and with my husband's family. And then I have some leftover pages at the end, so I decided to put some pictures of the year and kind of make it a wrap up of the year. So there's our dog Bonnie. When we got her, she was a mess. And there they are, groomed a little bit better. We got a new deck this summer. My uncle and dad and friend built it for us. It was awesome. And there's a picture of my brother and sister-in-law getting married. We had a fun trip in Oregon. And wow, look at, I got my hair cut that month. It's so much different. Wow. We got a piano. We went to some cool concerts that year. My brother and sister-in-law announced that they were having a baby, and he was born on April 9th of 2019. So he's coming up on his second birthday. Got in a car accident. Well, it's fun to look back on some of these memories. I'm glad I did this in the back of my journal. And then here are just some random notes pages. I tried a grid spacing page, did some planning for my future bullet journal, trying to decide how I wanted to set up some pages at the beginning. Here are just some notes from a meeting. I wanted to test out what kind of bullets I wanted to do, so looks like I went with that bottom left one. Practice calligraphy, checking out some colors. Planning for my 19 for 2019, which again is from Gretchen Rubin and the Happier Podcast. Here's some notes. Those are all the weddings I had to go to in 2019. I needed to keep track somewhere. Yeah, just trying to figure out how I wanted to set up my next bullet journal. Here's a pen swatch page. And I loved this tracker for all of the Tombows that I had. I was so proud of how I drew that marker at the top, and I just thought it turned out so nice and clean. Here I was doing an exercise regimen, and I gave up about halfway through, unfortunately. Here's another way for my Tombows to track, and then just some random notes pages, testing out my calligraphy. And then in this pocket, I just have some random scratch pieces of paper and lists and stuff that I used. So anyway, that is my first ever bullet journal. I hope you guys liked it, and I will definitely be flipping through my other bullet journals. I think I'm on my 5th journal now, so I will do some of those for you in the future. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to get notified when I upload a new video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!